Welcome back to Stock Market Mindset. Today we're going over the BB's levels indicator. So first thing we're going to do, we're going to go into the indicators tab. We're going to type in BB's. Boom. As the indicators are going to come up, you're going to look for BB indicators, mark high and lows of pre-market. All right, it'll look like this. I already have that. Actually, let me go ahead and put it there, just another one. So this is what pops up. As you can see, those levels are shown over here. I already have one on there. Let me take this one off. And as you can see, if I take them off, they're right there. So as you can see, it shows, it marks your pre-market high, yesterday's high, daily low, pre-market low, and yesterday's low. Okay, so what this does, it gives you the key levels in the market, which is basically strong resistance points. As you can see, tested up here, came down, tested again, and we rejected all the way down to boom, pre-market low, right? And then yesterday's low, rejected there, pushed up, and we made a high right here. So this daily high is dynamic and the low is dynamic. So this daily high, what I like to do is take when I see this, when we see we make a high, I'll just go ahead and mark it. And then once I mark it, because this is dynamic, so this is going to move. If we make a high all the way up here, this is going to push up here. But it's good to know that this is a level in case we test back down. So we'll know that that's one of the levels that we have to get through. But this line is not going to be there. So what's going to happen is you're going to make your own line here. So you'll know, okay, if I take a short, let's say we push all the way up here, daily high, and I take a short, and I know I got the possibility of coming all the way back down to this level, but you won't have a line there. So you still want to be able to make your own lines on the chart, but not have to worry about going from the daily and making a whole bunch of support and resistance lines. They're kind of basically already there because the main levels that you're looking for when day trading is the key levels or where things are going to reject and where things are going. So like you said, like if you look at this on the 1 hour, we pushed over, pushed back down. So I know like under this level, I probably would take a short. And as you can see, we rejected this level here, pushed back up, pushed over, fell back down. I know under here, we tested here again, and we pushed back down. This is over the last couple of days. But if we look at it on a lower time frame, you can see, okay, so we know that this is yesterday's high. In the pre-market, we came back up and tested that high, right? So yesterday's high and pre-market high. See, if you look at those numbers, that's why they're on top of each other, because the market came back and tested this level. We rejected once again. We rejected it yesterday. We rejected it in pre-market. And when we rejected it in pre-market, once intraday came, we rejected and came down the rest of the day. And where did we trend to? We came down. We trended all the way down to yesterday's low. We had a little rejection there, and then we pushed all the way back down to yesterday's low, pre-market low to yesterday's low. Then we rejected at yesterday's low, which is a strong level, which was tested yesterday, and we rejected the same area, pushed back up, made a rested here, wicked here, pre-market low, made a new high, rejected it about 3 or 4 times, pushed back down to pre-market low. So tomorrow, what might happen is we might end up testing this daily high. If we reject, we're going to come back down to pre-market low, yesterday's low, and then maybe continue trending down. So what these levels do is allow you to see where it's heavy resistance, and also let you see where it's heavy demand and supply and demand. But these levels allow you to take scalps and day trade. So you can say, okay, when we tested this level, once, squeeze it top here, I'm going to take a short here, ride that all the way down. This would have been a profit target on a day trade. You would have seen how you reacted here at this daily high. Obviously, you would have took some off here. Your runners, you would have seen how it reacted. Most likely, you would have had to stop somewhere up here, and then seeing how it tested down. Maybe take some more off, and yeah, because basically you would have held your runners to see if you test back down to this level and break through. And if not, you just could have kept moving your stops. And this also allows you to know where to place your stops, where to take entry. So like you could have took a long off of here, off this wick. Obviously it tested here. You could have took some off because, and we made that high, and then obviously, risk reward isn't that great, but you could have took a short here, a long here, and see if we test back up in this area. But basically, that's basically what these levels do. It gives you these levels to be able to see. Now, this was the high of the week, but this is plotted from TradingView, so I keep that on there. But as you can see, like these levels are like tested, a lot, but they're dynamic, so they change every day, and it's great. It's called BB's levels. You'll see it'll say pre-market high, pre-market low. If anybody know who BB is and know their YouTube page or Instagram or Twitter, anything, please tag it in the comments and tell them thank you. I have the highest version of TradingView, so with that, most of the indicators that don't charge are normally included in that. Like I know, like VRVP. If you gotta have like the highest version to get that for free and different things like that. I'm not really sure if BB is charging for any other subscriptions to TradingView, but yeah, so it's great. Check it out. Like I said, it really helps new traders, but at the same time, what you want to do also is turn these off. See if you can find these levels on your own, and then turn on BB's levels and see if you are correct. So it's a good way to practice if you're new. Don't just solely rely on them. Because at the end of the day, they are indicators, so they could be wrong. But what you want to do, you want to find yourself and practice your own levels. But what this does is it just makes things a lot easier and a lot faster. So you'll know, okay, that's the pre-market low, that's the yesterday's low, that's the daily high. It's pre-market high yesterday. So these are key levels. These are very critical points in the market for intraday trading or whatever the case may be. So you'll know. And like another thing is, even if you're swing trading, you might use these levels and plot your own levels and then go and say, okay, I'm going to take a swing trade off of this, knowing that this may have to, since it tested down here, and I know this is a strong level, that we're going to probably trend at some point back up here if I'm going to take a swing trade, and I know this is my profit target to take some profit off. You know what I'm saying? Also, it allows you to say, okay, I'm going to take a long, I'm going to put my stop a little right under this level. If we break through, I'll stop out. If not, we'll trend up, and then I got these different places, to place my stop right under. But normally what I do is when I see a rejection, and I see a confirmation candle and a rejection and a reversal, I'll take a short knowing that we're under this level and see where it goes. Like today, it was a beautiful short. You probably could have got 1,000% on 0-day CTE, 0-day expirations. So that is my tutorial on BB's levels and how to use them and how to help you to keep finding key levels in the market. Like I said, if you're one of those traders that like to, play level to level and, take trades off of levels and, scalp. And like I said, you wouldn't have to hold it all the way down here on the day trade, but, you definitely could have, took this rejection here and, waited it out. Boom, you had your stop right over here. You took your trade somewhere around here, maybe risk 20%. Boom, would have popped back up. Boom, you could have took some profit here. Seeing what happened, left some runners, took some more profit, down here, and or just kept moving your stop. And just know once you start to get down to these levels, that these are levels that you're liable to bounce on. And it might bounce on pretty hard because there's strong levels in the market, which means there's probably buy orders there. And as you can see, there's order blocks right here. So that's why we had that strong reaction down there. But what these levels is, you want to look at these levels and see how the market reacts when it gets to them. And that's just about having patience in the market. Waiting for things. Okay, so if you're in between here, and if you're not a scalper, you're kind of in no man's land. Now, I also use the volume profile, which obviously, if you know anything about the volume profile, this is the point of control. So let's just say you took a short here. This is where the most volume is on the day. So you might say, hey, let me take the majority of my profit here. And then once it broke under here, you'd been like, okay, let me move my stop and, see what I get down here at these levels. So, using these in conjunction with like VRVP or whatever other indicators you like to use is great. But these right here keeps your chart clean. As you can see, this is all I trade with. And I use, order blocks. Sometimes I click on EMAs, but I don't really use them much. I keep VWAP on the chart, but I like to keep my chart clean, kind of use the supply and demand mixed with, key levels and volume. And, sometimes I'll just play, the volume gaps. So that included with the levels, and that's kind of my strategy that I've put together, and I've been pretty successful with it. If you notice, so also if you notice on shorts, if you go check out my shorts, I post levels every day for the next day, and most of the time my levels hit. I'm actually like 5 for 5 the last couple of days, so I haven't had a problem. Most of the time, all of my levels hit, and I use these levels, these key levels, and volume gaps to find, where my targets. So, like when I post the shorts, the scalp levels. So if I took a rejection off of here, I probably, look for, profit, take profit level here, which is, I mean, on NQ, that's a ton of money. But as you can see the consolidation right here at these volume loads. You know what I'm saying? So, I'm going to make a video on the VRVP and how to use it and how I use it in my strategy. And, I mean, go from there, like, volume gap like here. See, that's a volume gap. And it fell down right into those key levels. So be on the lookout for that. Go check out my shorts. Please like and subscribe. Thank you.